This is your boy Lorenzo P with Lorenzo P Photography, and we got one of my main men sitting in the chair right here, my man Jordan. You see him.
Hey,
Jordan, give him a shout out, man. Let him know who you are. Tell him about yourself a little bit, man.
My name's Giordano Tylor.
Okay.
That's my stage name. So Giordano Tylor, I'm 25 years old, and I've been entertaining the world my entire life. Trying to make a name for myself.
That's it. Where can we find you, man? You got any social media sites where we can go check?
You can find me on Instagram at Giordano Tylor Official.
This is the third shoot that I did with Jordan. I really love shooting with this guy, and if you go over to my website, LorenzoPphotography.com, and you click on where it says on the homepage, right? I mean photography, I'm sorry. Go over to the photography page and you click on where it says Portraits 2. You click that and you just scroll down. You can see some of the other images I shot with Jordan. Like I said, this is the third shoot. It's one. I really love these images. This is the second, and now I'm going to show you the third. But yeah, quickly moving along. Like I said, Jordan is an amazing model. I really love him for his spirit, his soul. He's a very spiritual and enlightened human being, and those are the elements that I really enjoy about Jordan. And he also has a pretty dope blog that he has, which is called The Adventures of a Butterfly Soul. And I think you guys should check it out. Look, he used one of the images that we shot for his blog, which I think is awesome. But yeah, swing over there and check my boy out. But getting to the meat of what I want this video to be about, let's scroll over. So these are the images from the shoot. Let's highlight these. This is by far one of my favorite images. It's very stoic, very bold, yet it's calm and it's very poised, and those are the elements that I really love about this particular shot. Pretty much the same shot, but it's in color, and it's highlighting. I have some blue light accenting the side of Jordan to pull some separation between him and the background. Moving along, this was a one light setup shot. It's pretty much a Mola Setti set directly over Jordan, and this is why you have really hard transitions between the lights and the shadows. But I love shadows, I love light, and you know, this is a very dramatic way of making both of the two work. So yeah, this is pretty much the same shot, but what I did was I added a rim light to once again add some separation between Jordan and the backdrop. Same deal here. Moving along, this is pretty dope. Once again, overlight head setup with the Mola Setti and a rim light. Pretty much the same thing. I really love this shot as well. Let's move along. Another dope shot, and these are the final images, by the way. Another dope one, and this is the final image. It's another dope one. I really like this particular shot, and this is sort of like a collage, like a comp card visual of some of the best shots that we did for the shoot. But moving along, because I don't want to make this video too long, I just want to run through some of you know, the editing or retouching tips that I use. So let's pull up this one. By the way, I love this shot as well. You have a little bit of flare. This is the gel. You can see it over here in this particular area. I have the gel. It's a blue gel, as you can see, but I have it so that it's pointing, not only accenting him, the rim light, it's actually pointing towards the direction of the camera as well. And this is why you have like that blue haze over there. I can take this out, but I want it in the image because I feel like it makes the image much more interesting. So being that this image is already pulled up, I might as well just go in and dig deep. Let's get started. So I'm going to just quickly remove some blemishes off of Jordan's face, and I'm going to select my clone stamp brush. And by the way, the technique that I use is frequency separation. I'm going to click on the sharpen layer, and I'm sorry if I feel like if you guys feel like I'm jumping ahead on the editing technique. I have other videos where I show step by step on how I, on my retouching process. So if you guys go back and watch that, you can kind of catch up to see where I'm going. So I do apologize if you guys feel like I'm moving ahead. But let's click on the not the sharpen layer, I'm sorry. So I selected my clone stamp brush, and I'm going on the high layer. The high layer is the layer that actually has the texture. The low layer affects the tonality and the colors and the skin. So now that I'm on the high layer, I want to select my brush. You want the brush to be hard, as my man Stevie D told me. It was a very cool technique, because I would normally clone stamp on a soft brush, but what I noticed, sometimes it leaves like a very soft texture or a soft trail when I did that. So me using a hard brush is much better. Make sure that you select the current layer, okay? And I generally like to bring the flow up. The opacity is always at 100. I generally like to bring my flow up to about 80%. Let's zoom in so we can hit on those blemishes really good. So select S for the clone stamp tool, and then you just kind of alt and you kind of just boop. And I'll speed up this process so you guys won't have to, endure the painstakingly time that it takes to really clean up an image. So, we're going to fast forward this, but I'll just clean up a little bit so that you guys can see what it looks like. All right, bear with me. And another thing that I just want to quickly discuss, I honestly don't like to remove all of the blemishes from the model or whoever it is I'm shooting. I generally like to leave some of those characteristics because I feel like it preserves the integrity of the person. You don't want your person to, or your model to, look completely different from how they look. Some people may like that, some people may take offense to it. So you want to try to keep the images as natural as possible, all in the same note of pushing the envelope. Let's see how far you can push it without altering the integrity of the model's face. So, or whatever it is that you're adding, learn to push the boundaries without destroying them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we're just gonna run through this right quick. By the way, I'm using a Wacom tablet. This is the Intuos Pro version. I love this thing. This has made editing just like a walk in the park for me, because it's just awesome. I don't really know what else to say about it. To try to do this on a mouse, I wouldn't recommend doing that. So yeah, we're gonna clean up the skin a little bit more, and I'm going to run into a few other things about this particular image to give you guys just a little insight and help you out with some things. Hopefully I can help you out. But yeah, so we're gonna clean that up. Okay guys, moving along, let's just zoom out. We're gonna hit Z and click fit the screen. That's where we can see the photo in its entirety. So I cleaned up a lot of the blemishes just to let you guys know. Now we're gonna click on the low layer just to, now we're gonna affect the tonality and the color where we heal the skin, but now it's time to fix the color of the skin. So we're just gonna click down, we're gonna hit Control S, and what we're gonna do is go to the mode and select lighten, and we're gonna bring this down to about, let's see, about 30%, maybe even low. I want to say 30 is way too high. I'm sorry guys. We're gonna go to 2%. Okay, and this is where we affect the color. 2%. Now let's zoom in by pressing Z again, and let's select the brush and Alt to affect the color. You see, we can even bring this up. Let's try 4%. Okay, and this is how we lighten up those areas where the tonality is off, where the color is off, and we just heal the skin. Okay, boom. All right, let's go over here. I only really like to apply this to areas that really need it. You can do the, now if this was a beauty shoot, I would definitely do the entire face just to smooth out the skin and really create those smooth transitions between the lights and the shadows. But because this is a male, I don't want to go too soft on the skin and have them looking all girly and all polished up. So, you know, I'm going to stay away from that. I only want to tap on the areas where it actually needs the color fixed, okay, or healed, in other words. So, and you want to select an area where the color is really good, okay, or it matches the color that you want to tackle. Okay, so clean that up a little bit. Let's get rid of some of these. You can make your brush a little smaller to select isolated areas, but yeah, let's go down here. We want to tackle this little guy right here. So select right here. You see how we just clean up that color that fast? It's another area right here on the tackle. Okay, here a little, not too much. Okay, let's take a look at it. Boom, that looks super awesome already. Like I said, I don't want to dig too deep, so let's just go to the dodge and burn. And this is the part that I really love, because this is where I get to really accent my work. And like I said, I want to reveal a little something to you guys. You can't see it in the frame, but remember the DIY reflectors that I made? I absolutely love using these reflectors, and I'm going to link it up in the video just so that you guys can see how I use it and to see why I use it. But just to show you guys, if you can see, it's out of frame, but the reflector is located literally right below Jordan's shoulder. If you look right here in this area, you can see that it's light right here. You see that light? Also, I'll show you this. You see right here, all of these areas are illuminated right here on the chin, the lip, the bottom of the nose, and the iconic part of what these reflectors do when you put them under the model's chin is give it that accent in the eyes. Now you see that little bubble right there? That is actually the reflector being held, and this is what I really love because it accents all of that stuff. So I'm just gonna go in there, I'm sorry, I'm gonna click on the dodge and burn layer, right? And I'm going to go to my brush tool, and I'm going to, I can select a smooth one for this, and I'm gonna go down to about 1%. And because you don't want it to be too dramatic, but you do want it to look awesome. So, you know, I keep doing this blue thing. Let's go back. Okay, so I'm gonna press Command D to reset your palette, and then press X to select white. And yeah, so just hit those highlights, right? There's many ways you can do this, but this is the way that I really enjoy doing. I may even bring my flow down a little bit. I mean, not my flow, my opacity down a little bit more, but yeah, so bring down the opacity some 80%, but accent this little thing right here on his nose, just because I think it's so cool, and I love highlights because these are the details that actually brings out the work for what it is. So, you know, go ahead, I want to hit the eyes a little bit, all right? Eyes, the nose, anywhere where you see that little accent light right here on the chin. Increase the brush size. Gonna hit that a little bit, alright? Just a little bit here, not too much. Also, another part. Let's get that hair. So we're gonna click on the zoom key, zoom tool, and even bring my opacity down even a little, because I don't want it too bright, but just want to accent that, alright? Boom, look at that. Alright, scale it down some. So, like I said, we're just accenting some of the areas. Look at that, that looks pretty damn cool, right? I'll hit the sides, not too much. And what I will do, let's say if the colors look too blown out, right? When you're accenting, when you're using gels and you're accenting the gel part, what you do is, right? Show you guys a little trick. So you go between the low and the high layer, and you create an empty layer, right? And then you go to the blend mode and you select color. You go to your eyedropper tool and you select the color, right? Whatever color you like. Let's go to this one, right? Now you go to the brush. Now that color is selected in your palette, and you can bring the opacity up, and what it does is just beef up the color a little bit more. So you see that? Now it's really blown out right here in this area. So what I'll do is just go over it a little bit more to beef up the color. I mean, you can do this a little more heavy. I don't want to go too heavy because I actually like it, but I just want some of that color back where it looks blown out at. You can hear me scratching on the tablet. And let's say, okay, so let's say you did this, right? And you didn't like it, right? All you have to do, or you thought it was too much, all you have to do is go over here and lower the opacity. Sorry about that. So if it's too much, just lower the opacity, but I like it, so I'm gonna keep it. Let's go back out, and we're gonna finish accenting this photo. Okay. Go back to the dodge and burn. Reset by selecting D, then press X to get back to the white. I'm gonna bring this back down to 1%. Remember, you're just accenting. You want it to be subtle, you know. So boom. I love creases. This is the stuff that makes it look real. When you take it all out, it's like, man, that shit looks fake. Excuse my language, but that thing looks fake. So yeah, this is pretty much it, guys. I mean, I'll probably add some other stuff to it, but for the most part, I think the image is pretty much done. You know, I like to also play around as my final color, output. What I do is I'll go to a curves layer and I'll select the blue channel and I'll bring down the middle and then bring up the bottom. But nah, I don't think this fits with this photo. I think it looks better in its original state. So I'm going to keep it like that. Maybe 2%. We'll add that there. So yeah, 4%. So yeah. Oh, and another thing I want to show you guys before I end this video. If you click Shift Alt Command and E, this selects basically like it merges all of the layers and, you know, gives you a fresh image, retouch image. Okay, so you go here and then I want to show you guys a sharpen technique. Command J, because you don't want to click on the original layer. So Command J, we're gonna put copy, okay, or sharpen. All right, sorry about that. Now I want to show you guys how to sharpen. I really love this technique of sharpening. You go down to filter, you go to high pass. You want the radius to be set at 3.0. You click that, okay. You go to linear light. Alright. I'm sorry. Linear light. Boom. There we go. So you see the difference? Just sharpened it up just a little. Go back to fit the screen. Look at that. It's there, guys. That's it. Look at the textures in the hair. Give it that little beefy look.
Guys, it's been a fun, amazing time, as it always is with my man Lorenzo. Listen, everybody needs to check out his page because he is one to watch.